Keep lungs loud.
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 How big a problem is vaping?
I think it's really big. I think they think it's the new cigarette, but it's not as harmful. But I feel like kids these days don't know that it's probably even worse than cigarettes.
What was it about, vaping and things like that made you join us?
I feel like vaping has increased over the quarantine because nobody else has nothing to do. So teens find it cool to, vape and try to seem cool with their friends. I've seen how it affected everybody. It made more people depressed and it made them turn into a different person.
Why is vaping such a big problem?
I think vaping is a really big problem because it's changed a lot of the teenagers in this generation. I feel like if it keeps impacting our world now, it's definitely starting to impact the next generation, and it will affect us in like a very big way. And I feel like it's a problem that not many people talk about or touch base on.
Jackson, you've also been with me a long time. Tell me why you've been with us so long.
I've been with SOS because a lot of my family does vape, and I've also seen it quite a bit around the school. It's more of a problem people don't even try and hide these days compared to cigarettes, where people would also kind of not try and hide it, but they would at the same time. And it's slowly killing off our generation.
You talked a lot about peer pressure. Meeting the other day. I want to hear more about that. Talk about it's hard, right?
Yeah, peer pressure is super hard. And like one of my friends, she asked me if I wanted to vape, and then it's kind of like almost acceptance wise. And especially if like your new friends want to ask you if you want to vape, and you just feel kind of obligated to vape with them to try to become closer. But then it's like, you don't need to vape to have a friendship, and you shouldn't base a friendship around like smoking together or anything like that. And I feel like peer pressure is super big these days, especially because kids are also like misled with vaping and like how bad it is. So they think it's like one little vape, but they don't actually know that it's a bunch of chemicals going into them. So then they peer pressure their friends into trying it because they don't think it's going to be like that big of a damage to them, but it actually really is.
Riley, I know you've got a personal story about how tobacco's affected your life. So talk about that first.
Yeah, so I have a lot of family members that have been lifelong smokers, and it's really taken a toll on their health in like a bunch of different ways. Like I've had family members who have had like heart attacks from it, and family members that can't talk anymore because their throat and vocal cords were so damaged. And like when your family members are so like hooked and addicted on it, there's nothing you can do. Like as hard as you try, if they've been smoking for 40 years, it's so hard to quit, and it's so hard to convince them that it's bad if they've been doing it for so long. And so it's really hard to watch family members' health kind of go down, and it's scary, kind of like how Molly was talking about, like and it's sad and scary that their lives could be cut short and that they could have gone on longer and healthier if they didn't smoke.
Was it your family experience, or what was it that motivated you to do this work?
It feels really empowering to know that as a young person, I have an outlet to be able to use my voice. And when it comes to like Day at the Capitol and this week of action coming up, it's really nice to see that I'm not alone. There are other young people that are also using that voice. And it's so cool that we have different government systems that allow us to be able to have that voice, and that in different programs like this that allow me to go and speak to some powerful people and be heard by them. And it's and knowing how young I am and how much time I have left, it's really cool that I can start at such a young age advocating and getting to learn how to use my voice for the better.